welcome. What we're talking about are the challenges of, well, owning and running a family business, and today's challenge is all about employing family. So don't go anywhere. And as I said, we're talking about family business, and for that we've got the family business guy, John Broons, in the room. How are you, John?
Good, thanks, Mike.
Now, we were talking off air, and you said one of the challenges for a family business is employing family.
Yeah, funny, employing family. It's kind of different to employing an outside person who is not a family member. And we do that often.
Well, we do, and I guess you said this. Is it because the challenges around employing a family member, first of all, may come from like emotional responsibility, or maybe responsibility trying to be imposed on us from, say, higher up mothers or sisters or brothers?
Yeah, look, it comes from different directions. Family businesses can be all shapes and sizes. So when you've got a larger family business that's employing people already that are not family members, and then you're bringing family members in, that's one consideration, because you're looking at the other employees, not just the family feedback. If the family is a small family business and the kids are working maybe on weekends or after school, that's a different perspective again. Or if the business is already at a quite on a grander scale, I'll put it that way, then it's a lot more professional and probably even to some degree maybe run like a corporation. So there's different structures that might already be in place.
Is there a pressures in the family business for the people in those recruiting positions to employ family above maybe non-family, or even promote family members before you promote?
Are you talking nepotism here, Mike? Look, when employing family members, it's a challenge. It's going to be a challenge, principally because if you're going to be hiring someone who's younger than you, then you're looked upon as the overall, or the overseer, and you're setting the rules and the guidelines. So what then are the rules and the guidelines that you're going to be bringing this younger person in on? If it's a sibling arrangement, it could be more of a partnership thing that may need some different structuring. But if it's a sibling who's bringing in somebody else who's going to be an employee, then how do we differentiate family from business in a business sense? Because when you're running a business, you want to be able to treat all the employees the same. And it then needs to have your headspace understanding that in the business, it's the business. But if it's a brother or a sister, when we're in the family, it's still a brother or sister. So we need some rules to separate those arrangements.
So for yourself, you talk about rules, and I think that's probably a good thing. I mean, people are going, this is one of the challenges I've got. Is this one of your biggest points you try to help, because you consult with family business or families in business? Is this one of the main areas where you start up? Look, what are the rules for employing people?
In a number of cases, I am employed by a family that's having difficulty transitioning between generations. They do have some family members that are already working in the family business. Some family members are probably not working in the family business. And these family members, the younger members, have onboarded just because it was either convenient or they actually liked the job and they wanted to give it a try. But there was a hiring that was sort of like, oh, well, you're good at it, keep going with it. And they've actually taken on the job and grown the job themselves.
I know myself, I've seen some family businesses like that, or families in business, they've been a bit short-handed. So they've asked the daughters to say, perhaps help out with the books, or the son, look, can you jump in the factory and just help out in there?
Farming families, typically, the sons end up working on the farm and the daughters will go off to school, or sometimes the sons go to boarding school
Yeah.
And may or may not come back, or there's expectations. So there's a lot of stuff going on within the family. Stuff is the interesting conversation that goes around.
I came in for the summer holidays
Yeah.
8 summers ago.
Recently, I was talking with a father who his son had been working with the mining companies. The son had left the mining company and took on with the dad. He said the dad invited the son in for 3 months. So I said, so how long have you been working for the family business now? He said, oh, it's been about 15 months. I said, that's good. So what does your contract say? He says, I haven't got a contract. I said, so how about your salary? Oh, I just get paid.
Yeah.
I said, okay, and you leave, do you take leave and holidays? How does that work? Leave? I haven't had a moment, really. So it's difficult because it might be just a happenstance while a parent might be helping out a child for a short period of time. But if it stretches, what changes? How do we change that? Do we need to change it? Personally, my belief is we need to actually have a professional arrangement with hiring and firing so that it doesn't interrupt the family dynamic of you said, but you didn't. And what I want is, and we can actually have different conversations around that.
So employing family members, I guess, because things are fluid, they're always in motion when you get called in. I guess there's the two main types. There's probably many in between, as you always tell me. You see one family business, you've only ever seen one family business. But there's probably two main types. So first of all, you go in and you've got family members in there that have kind of been disorganised in their employment. What do you do with those? Is that where you start and say, no, let's get everything professional for these people?
I need to understand what the dynamic is at play in the family first, to see whether there's frustration or any ill will being borne by anybody in the family because this has been going on too long.
Yeah.
I also need to find out what the values of the family are, to see how they're going to take change. Because this is a really big change in dynamic for any family who are in business, professionalising the employment structure. And sometimes these can be $10, $20 million companies, even larger, where they don't have family professionalised structures.
Yeah.
So that family is seen to be, in the running of the business, family should be considered to be employees, but there is an emotional buy-in from the generations of family working in the business that is something that is different to owning it as a shareholder. So you need to understand all of this stuff, I keep using stuff, there is so much information that I need to grab and to understand to be able to work with the dynamic at play.
Is it, and I'm conscious of time on this one, and we are talking about the challenges of owning and running a family business, or being a family in business and employing family. Is this then the challenge when you come to work with them, that the expectation when you step in there is that, okay, I am going to help you now get your head around this space of actually professionalising this so you can move on and everyone is very, very clear on their roles, their responsibilities and the opportunities that by taking on this position that are going to be offered to you?
Yeah, I have to, trying to make the whole picture as an opportunity is critically important.
Yeah.
And different members of the family, if they're employed or not employed, they all have their own agendas at the same time. And some of them learn at different paces to others. So there's a dynamic change. I use the word dynamic change. It's continuous. It is forever happening.
Very fluid, isn't it?
And we have to be able to take everybody's perspective into account in these challenging roles.
Well, there we are. I hope that's helped you a little bit there on the challenges of family business and actually employing family members. And number one takeaway, I suppose, is how to professionalise it. And number two is sometimes it's great to have an outside set of ears and an outside, almost a detached and emotional view of what is going on to help you achieve your goals and get past those sticking points. Thanks for joining us. And we'll be back again. And I know the next one we're going to do is when you've employed the family member and you want to get rid of them. So tune in for part 2.